Assalamu alaikum, guys.
Made me sick.
Sorry about that. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm not in the best of health. I've been just taking it easy for the last couple of days. Make dua that Allah makes this a means of purifying my sins. The video, as you can tell, it is very pressing, and get this message across to you guys. It is very, very important. Yeah, forgive me, obviously I'm bunged up and everything. I'm sure you guys are aware, last couple of weeks there was a newspaper headline going viral of Mexico legalizing sex in public. Yeah, originally this was from a couple of years ago, but mashallah, a lot of Muslim handles were sharing this with a prophecy of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he said something along the lines of, the hour will not be established until people mate with each other on in the road as if they were donkeys. If that's not bad enough, last week you probably saw pictures of Kim.K, the famous model, going viral, in which she was wearing a sexually perverted BDSM suit. And then today I saw a study posted by Sky News in which they said 1 in 5 Brits have no issue working in the porn industry. If that's not all, 1 in 3 said that pornography is now an acceptable part of modern society. Not an unfortunate part, not a regrettable part, an acceptable part. So it's pretty much clear that the Prophet ﷺ said, verily among the words people obtained from the prophets are these: if you feel no shame, do as you wish. Yeah, in other words, from the explanation of this hadith, we realize that people that have no shame, they will end up doing as they please, as they wish. Yeah, so shame, dignity, modesty, this could be in what we wear, what we speak, what we watch, is very, very important. Absolutely ridiculous, yeah? This is the same industry that is breaking up marriages. It's sabotaging the sacred. It's encouraging exploitation. And it is planting seeds of unrealistic expectations in the minds of our children, which eventually take root and break the family apart. And the irony is, it's these very individuals that are beating us Muslims over the head with feminism, sexism, misogyny, and the likes. Yeah? But when it comes to stuff like this, Kim.K, flipping pornography, no, this is okay. Why? Because it's something that's accepted by the society that we live in. In fact, we can see the poisoned fruits that are coming from this tree, because as you can see in this article, kids are being sexualized to such a degree that teachers are being worried and concerned, and they're worried that it can lead to sexual attacks. And of course, these very porn stars that are sexualizing these children have no issue mating with them. Yeah, hey, look at this article. She says, no, he's got no issue with 13-year-olds, no problem. This is the direction that the West has chosen. And they earnestly and very lovingly called it the Enlightenment period. That's right. The Enlightenment, you need to research this, is when the West divorced itself from religion. And the birth child of that is liberalism. Yes, the way we see society today, it's functioning and it is going on the tracks of liberalism. And the birth childs of liberalism we're probably more familiar with: democracy, free speech, equal opportunities, the pain, pleasure, morality, which was put forward by Jeremy Bentham, who in his literature actually says these are our two lords, pain and pleasure. Those people that have done liberalism in university know exactly what I'm talking about. And this echoes Allah's warning in the Quran, where He warns about those who have made their desires their Lord. And it is this very liberalism that is being spread in our lands by the sword, as they like to say, forced down our throats. But we didn't get to vote on liberalism. There was no referendum on liberalism. No, post-World War II, yes, it was the American white men who sat around a table and decided these are the human rights. Yeah, they didn't ask other people, what do you think? What do you think? No, they made the human rights and then forced it upon everybody else. Yeah,
as Muslims, we pay more attention to responsibilities than rights. Because rights is something that you're owed. Yeah, it puts you on a pedestal. Responsibility is something that you need to give. Islam puts communities over individuals and puts Allah over both communities and individuals. Yeah, you won't see the rights of the mother in the human rights. you know what I'm saying? All these other responsibilities. And you know what? The very beginnings, the very premises of liberalism can't be proven using first principles. You can't prove equal opportunities or freedom. Yeah, what equal opportunities? You got some people being born in very poor lands, some people born in very rich lands. And what's this equality? We know innate behavior and genes that get passed on from our parents. So can you prove freedom and equality from first principles? Because if liberalism is being shoved down our throat, and the lifestyle and the dangers that come with it, let's face it, the foundations are weak. And the goalposts constantly change based upon the whims and the desires of the public. If tomorrow, in these lands, people decided it's okay to eat human beings, I mean, they would do it. That would become a norm. As we've seen with other things, that 50 years ago, they weren't. In 1901, in this very country, women went around with hijab. Yeah, and now suddenly they have a problem with hijab, but trying to ban it in Europe and the likes. So I guess my message is more towards those aunties, yeah, who discourage their nieces and daughters from wearing the hijab and saying, no, fashion, karo fashion. Do the fashion, isn't it? Do the fashion. And you got the uncles and the dads saying, shorten your beard, mate. Shorten your beard. You're not gonna get married, mate. What are you doing? What are you playing at? And it reminds me of that meme. Yeah, ye hamari car hai. Yeah, let me do a remake of that. Ye hamara perverted beta hai. Ye hamari transgender beti hai. Or ye hamara depression mein duba hoi family hai. So yeah, these very relatives that pride themselves on modernity. Yeah, we're modern. Hum modern log hai. We're modern. Yeah, modern based upon whose definition? This is a Eurocentric definition that has come to us with a backdrop of post-Enlightenment liberalism. That's literally what it is. And the foundation of it is ridiculous. I mean, the guy who started it off, John Locke, he was a Christian. And the one that took over, John Stuart Mill and the likes, these people divorced and took out religion, but the burden of proof is still on you. Prove these using first principles. You can't. When it comes to religion, we need to give proof. We need to give evidence. Or why are we blind following? When it comes to liberalism, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's based upon what the people say. No. Prove it. If you're forcing it upon us, prove it. So guys, as Muslims, let's grow a backbone, for God's sake. Let's not just bloody go with the flow. Islam, subhanallah, is a gem, and we're selling it for, a few moments of pleasure. Ridiculous. What a loss. What a loss we are in. And guys, those of you that want to know more about liberalism, there's a half-an-hour lecture by Muhammad Hijab. Very easy to understand. I'll link it in the description. Please watch it as a family. And guys, let's leave it there. May Allah protect us. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.